and then they saw me in a bra, and that was it.
What's going on, Pearl Jam nerds? I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek.
And you are listening to Single Podcast Theory. This is our first episode. Listen to that. The first time Brad L. and Brad B. introed an episode of Single Podcast Theory. How does that make you feel?
Oh, man. Nostalgic.
Does it make you feel old?
Yeah, yeah, man. I've been thinking about the early days, way back
of
when.
12 months ago.
Right, yeah.
Oh, man. We've The funny thing is that we've both been super busy, and thank God you were able to spend time trying to listen through as many episodes as you could.
Yeah.
Because this obviously is our 1 year, kind of like our 1 year anniversary episode, man.
Yeah.
So first of all, congrats. We made it a year.
Yeah, man.
This is episode 58.
I love you.
I love you so much. Oh, man. I know we're joking, but I really do. I really do love you, man.
No, dude.
It's been...
I got to say it. I got to put a funny spin on it so I don't
know.
don't feel too self-conscious. But yeah.
So you got to let those feelings out.
I know.
Let them run deep.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's I don't know there's a correct way to do a 1 year anniversary episode. So I guess we're just going to kind of play it by ear.
Do we do anything the correct way?
No.
On Single Podcast Theory?
Never have, never will.
Yeah.
But we do have some clips that have been pulled up from earlier episodes, some of the moments that stick out in our heads. And we got some emails.
Oh, how many emails are we going to get that say, I can't believe you forgot this?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we should have been smart. And I thought about this before.
Yeah.
You thought about this before, but we didn't fucking do it. We should have been compiling clips this whole time.
But I'm haunted. I'm haunted by a text we got from Clint Wells early on. Clint Wells?
Oh, that's right.
Clint Wells, right?
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Are you...
Wells, right? Wells is his last name.
You're an idiot.
It doesn't sound right.
It doesn't?
Okay. Anyway, I don't know why. You ever do that? It's like when you say a word 100 times and it just loses meaning.
Right.
Clint Wells.
Sorry, man, you're tired, huh? Yeah, that's the thing. Talk about procrastinators. This episode comes out at midnight. Right. It's 10 after 10.
Yeah.
And
we're a week late with the 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So
classic SPT.
No, but I'm haunted by the words of Clint Wells, who said early on, you guys need to start time stamping stuff now. Right. And I was like, yeah, we'll be all right.
We'll be
and
fine.
Now I'm like, holy shit.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
listening.
Now that we've told everyone how unprofessional we are, and we don't really know what's going on for this monumental episode, let's maybe move forward. How do you feel about that? Well, episode 58, and we're gonna dig into emails like we always do, and we're gonna start off with a little Pearl Jam story time.
Good evening. This is Storytellers. We are here to tell stories.
We just have friends up here that are listening to stories.
Have I got a little story for you?
This is the true story.
So here we go. This week's story comes from Carl. I don't know if it's Ogren or Ogren. I'm going to go with Ogren. What are you going with?
Ogren. I'm going to go with Ogren.
Of course, you've
just
got
to be different.
contrary.
Yes.
He says, "What's up, Brads? I came onto your podcast only a few weeks ago, but have caught up quickly and wanted to wait to be up to date to write in. Great idea, fellas. As much as I love the content, it's been oddly fulfilling to hear your relationship grow with each episode. You guys are boys now. I've been a PJ fan since basically the very beginning. I believe it was when Jeremy was first a single. I was already a fan of Even Flow and Alive, so once the comparative uniqueness of Jeremy came on the airwaves, I knew I had to buy the cassette. At the age of 13 or 14, this really was my first dive into music of my own choosing to that point in my life. I feel so fortunate that my first music love has stayed together this long, let alone continued to release quality music which has always been true to themselves. They've continued to play shows across the world, each of which is specifically created to be like any other, and each show effectively becomes a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That is so true. Well said. The allure of being at a show and the anticipation of never knowing what song will kick it off or come next, whether or not your favorite song or songs will be played, and when, is such a surreal experience for the truest fans that I find it's impossible to put to words. Beyond the music, they've championed some of the worthiest causes and, really, throughout the years, have carried themselves in an incredibly admirable fashion. And selfishly speaking, being a huge baseball/stadium fan, to have them grace the finest stadiums, Wrigley and Fenway, now Safeco, with these epic shows is really amazing. If someone had told me when I bought that first tin cassette the sort of timeline they'd lead, it would have been a pretty tough sell to me at the time. They've absolutely enhanced so many facets of my life, I couldn't begin to know where to thank them, or how to thank them, if ever given the opportunity to do so. And as Verses in Vitology came out in my high school years, I distinctly remember many of my circle of friends staying on board with the band. No Code came out during my freshman year of college, and life had naturally split up that circle of friends for the time being. Many of those other friends swayed from their fandom, but I never wavered from the band once. It wasn't a chore for me to do so. Pearl Jam has to be the healthiest addiction I'll ever be subjected to. The further my friends separated themselves from the band, the more shit they would give me. All generally in good fun, but at the time, I just shrugged it off. Now in my older and wiser age, I'm happy to say that I consider the experience that I've had with Pearl Jam to be so special and powerful that very few can say they've had the same. I truly wish for my closest friends and family, and certainly my 2 kids, to have somewhat of a similar, seemingly lifelong experience for themselves. For me, there's very little in life that I don't feel is enhanced by Pearl Jam. It seems crazy to type that, but I absolutely believe it to be true. I once met a girl at a golf course we both worked at shortly after college. For the both of us, wait a minute, did I read this wrong?
Probably.
For the both of us, what? I once met a girl, that was very kind of you, thanks so much for that, by the way. I once met a girl at a golf course we both worked at shortly after college. For the both of us, as it ended up. No, I'm not reading it wrong.
Yeah, that's what I said.
All right, so I thought you said that I was reading it wrong. Why are you so mean to me? One night, I took her car to get us and some others we were working with some ice cream. When I got into her car, You've Got to Hide Your Love Away from the I Am Sam soundtrack was playing, a cover by Eddie Vedder. I was thrilled. Once I returned with the ice cream, I conjured up a cheesy line about how she won me over with that song. She responded by saying Pearl Jam was her favorite band. This turned out to be a complete line of bullshit, but it did the trick. I've been married to this girl now for over 12 years, and it's absolutely fact to say that the relationship was facilitated by Pearl Jam. Pearl Jam played in St. Paul very soon after that. 2003. Great set list, guys. Check it out. I spent more money than I should have to get us just off stage right, and one of our first dates was at that show. I can still hear the first couple notes from Of the Girl from when they took the stage. That's a good opener. She's officially fan enough now to at least accompany me to shows, and we typically tailor our summer vacation around where they are when it's an option. This year we plan to see the first Seattle show. It didn't get chosen. I didn't get chosen for tickets, but planned to scalp someday, or planned to scalp someday of. Only option. I know you guys are planning on the Chicago show, but hopefully y'all can make it out there as well, as I'd love to meet you. Now, I want to give back a little to the podcast myself. While I was listening to your podcast and hearing all of your and your listeners' various lists, I've become curious how they all added up. I actually ended up going through a lot of these episodes twice in order to jot down everyone's respective picks. I was somewhat surprised at a lot of how the numbers shook out. For the top 10 album list, here are the results. 10, let's see. The highest it ranked was number 1 and the lowest was number 8. That's where it was for me. I must be representing the lowest. Average 4.16 versus average 3.79. See, what's the biggest? Really? Am I reading these right from the right perspective? So 8.95 backspacer? What? Oh, I think I see. No, I don't. I don't see, because I'm terrible with numbers. Are you looking at this email right now?
Yeah.
So how does this work out? What am I not understanding about this? What is the average 4 points average of where it ranked?
That's
Gotcha.
Our listeners.
I got it.
That's where
got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So let's see here. What's number 1 then? Yield. Yeah. Yield becomes the number 1 based on these numbers. And Backspacer, boo, takes number 10, the last spot. And, man, Backspacer and Lightning Bolt are, like, right next to each other.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He says, he like, gives the answers here. If I had just fucking kept reading. I didn't expect Yield to be the favorite, and prior to hearing your podcast, would have been shocked for any of them to knock off 10, which I've always considered my favorite without a moment's hesitation. Also, I've always been a big fan of Backspacer. However, this podcast has made me look at my list differently. Not differently enough to upstage 10, but I understand others' opinions more than I once did. I still think 10 is the strongest collection of songs, but the deeper I dive into each album, the harder it is to keep it up there. Well said. I mean, this podcast has made me look at my list differently. I like hearing that a whole lot, because that's what this being a part of this podcast has done for me. It's helped me look at other people's perspectives in a different way.
Totally.
He says it's a fun exercise, if nothing else. I also tallied up the top 10 songs. Here's how they shook out. Let's see. Let's just go ahead and cut to the chase here. What's the highest ranking one? Is it Given to Fly? Looks like it. Right? Or no, in this one I want the highest numbers.
No, it'd be present tense, wouldn't it?
Let me see. You're as good with numbers as me. 5.4. I'll have to look through this.
Well, it's kind of... We don't have to go through all these, but...
No. And he said, if you'd be willing, read my list. Here goes nothing. For him, his list is Release, Black, Immortality, Present Tense, Corduroy, Of the Girl, Rearview Mirror, Off He Goes, MFC, and Yellow Moon. Look at Yellow Moon getting in there.
Yeah. Carl's a chill dude if you look at this list.
I know. But some of that shit's really dark, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Immortality is really dark.
Mm-hmm.
It's either dark or really kind of heady.
Yeah.
You know? Let's see. He says, thanks, boys, for all you do. Can't wait to hear more from you. I bet you can't wait for me to butcher one of your emails again. This is Carl Ogren from Minnesota. P.S. I'm a setlist junkie, and I think Lyons' list is crazy similar to how mine would stack up. Great episode. So he must have written this after our Dream Setlist episode or something.
I think this can show you how far behind we are. Not behind, but we just have
gotten a lot of stories.
We've got a lot of stories, and this was back when the tour that just ended was announced. So
yeah, that's crazy. Oh wow,
we're getting there.
we're getting there. We're catching back up.
I love all this stuff though, even if I don't exactly understand all of it, like the numbers.
Right.
I love the stats and set lists, and I like this email a lot.
Hell yeah, man. Carl, thanks for taking the time to write in, man.
Yeah, thanks, dude.
We got Carlos next.
Carlos,
What's up,
the
Carlos?
The Cuban dissident.
Yeah, man.
Hey, Brad and Brad. I don't know if you remember me. This is Carlos, the dude from Cuba. Dude, come on, Carlos. You remember
you, man.
Carlos, right? Yeah.
Of course.
He says, I haven't written in like 2 months. I guess I got really busy with college, but I never stopped listening to your podcast. Well, thank you, Carlos. I specifically enjoyed the Avocado and Eddie episode. I'm really happy that you guys were able to attend both Wrigley shows. I'm especially happy for Lion since it was his first show after so many years, and the fact that he got to hear some of his favorite songs like Hail Hail and Last Exit. It must have been amazing. Was it amazing?
Oh, it was amazing.
Opening with Wash?
Dude. That still blows my mind.
Yeah. Just for you.
I know. Eddie was thinking about me.
Yeah. Anyway, I wanted to write you guys again because if I remember correct, last time I wrote you, I told you I was about to get tons of Pearl Jam bootlegs and other music that John Farrar was going to send me. Well, that stuff, all that stuff arrived like a month ago. I've been listening nonstop to a lot of bootlegs and a lot of bands that John sent me that I didn't know about. I already thanked him for that, but I haven't probably said thanks to you guys because this all happened because of your podcast. So thanks a lot, guys. Yeah, John Farrar is a good dude.
Yep.
And I guess we can talk about it real quick. His wife passed away a couple weeks ago now.
Has it been a couple weeks already?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, Sarah. And we just, we're thinking about you, John.
Yeah, there's nothing, everything that we could say, language is a terrible thing because it does
Especially
not
like
get across
mine.
what you feel. What'd you say?
Yeah. I said especially mine.
Yeah,
like I can't
yours is
talk.
especially bad.
And especially if I try to get emotional and heavy.
No, but I mean, we've definitely been thinking about you, and yeah, I'm just incredibly sorry, and wish there was something we could do for you. But hopefully, just making the podcast, maybe that's something over time that will just kind of get your mind off things for a little bit. I don't know, something.
I was on, I think it was on his Facebook page, because I posted about it on Facebook and Twitter and all that, but I was trying to find a picture, and there's a picture of him and his wife, and the look on his face, he's just got like the goofiest smile, and it's kind of like, he's kind of like, it's just at a weird angle, and I don't know, it's just a really like cute picture of two people, but the smile on his face is just like, I don't know, I just I feel bad for him. So.
Of course, yeah.
Anyway, okay. So, Carlos, the other reason I wanted to write is to let you know that I have met the love of my life in the form of a Brazilian girl, and Single Podcast Theory played a little part in that. I met this girl from Brazil on the Pearl Jam community on Facebook on a post about Pearl Jam songs that have only been played once. I commented on the post that Falling Down was my favorite Pearl Jam song, and that has only been played. It's only been played once. And then she appeared and replied that Falling Down was also her favorite Pearl Jam song. Anyway, that's how it all started. I told her about your podcast, and I sent her the link of the episode where you guys played my intro for the show that had Falling Down as the background song. She didn't know about the podcast, but now she's enjoying it, and she's another listener. So anyway, if you could say hi to her, that would be great. So, Katerina, hello.
What's up, Katerina?
We're glad that she's now listening and that her and Carlos are together. That's pretty cool, dude.
Hell yeah, man.
We should do like a SPT
Love
for farmers
line.
only, for Single Podcast Theory only.
We should
Love
do a
line,
what?
yeah. So,
What did you say? We should do a what?
Farmersonly.com.
For SPT?
Have you seen that? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like social media dating for farmers?
Yes. Yeah. Those city folk just don't understand.
Damn right.
You ever seen that commercial?
Nope. Don't care to.
Yeah. I can't. You've never seen farmers.com? Farmers Only? Something like that. Farmersonly.com. Really?
I mean, is this on TV?
Yeah. You're not aware of farmersonly.com? I got to send you. It looks like
I've heard of the
literally,
website, but I've never seen like commercials or anything.
Oh, dude.
We don't have
the
like
commercial,
cable or anything.
It's literally like a Saturday Night Live skit. Like, I thought it was fake when I first saw it.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's hilarious.
Like, I wonder what my thing would be. Like, just for musicians? Is that what mine would be?
Right. Musicians only.
I guess.
Drivers only.
Because that's the sum of my whole life.
Is this your musician?
Music. Yeah.
Yeah. What would mine be?
Sideshows only. Sideshowclownsonly.com.
Yeah. Drivers only. That would be fucking
OTRs only.
Lotlizards.com.
Oh, gross. Just picture some scene out of Maximum Overdrive with lot lizards everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's all for now, guys. Keep with the great work and keep on rocking in the free world. Saludos, Carlos, the Cuban dissident.
Thanks, Carlos.
Yeah, man.
Thanks, Katerina.
Yeah.
I love how we're like, all right, man, we got to get, not in like a rude way, but we got to get through these emails because we got to get, the rest of the show. And here we are just talking shit.
Yeah.
Tangent.com.
Tangent.com.
That's us.
I sent a picture to somebody. And
Case in point.
It featured my giant fat leg. So
okay.
you
know what I just pictured? I pictured those huge turkey legs from Disney, except for that they all have the the stickman tattoo burned into them.
Oh, that would be awesome. They should sell those on the next tour.
Absolutely, they should.
They got the beer.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, stickman turkey legs.
Gross. It's like eating Brad B's leg.
Puts the lotion on its skin.
It puts the lotion in the basket. And then Brad does a tuck. Oh,
yeah.
Gross. Let's move on. Can we move on?
Yeah, real quick. So then I texted fatleg.com, not realizing that's a real website.
Well, you should never do a text that said something.com, especially if it's funny, because it exists and you don't want to see it.
I couldn't believe it sent the actual link. I was like, oops.
So, what was the link again?
Fatleg.
Fatleg.com. Oh, did you look at it?
No.
Oh.
No, because it brought up like the tagline like automatically underneath it, and it said like fat. It said like fat leg. I can't look it up.
No, don't look at that.
It said like fat leg, fat me, fat women.
So this is kind of it's a porn situation.
I don't know. Probably
people with like a fat leg fetish.
Yes. Yeah.
Woo, that's awesome.
So.
Something for everybody. Who says the internet's a bad thing?
Yeah. Black hole.
Well, thanks for letting me know about fatleg.com. So next, that intros perfectly into Krista's email. Not really. She says, this is Krista Conklin. She says, I love it. Her, and I haven't read these yet, so this is awesome. Her subject says, wow. Says, just finished listening to the regular episode. Oh, now I know why you're saying wow. 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
She says, it was awesome. I can't believe you guys had the energy to put such a great episode together after that experience. Thank you. I tried to follow your trip on Facebook, but feel like I missed a lot. It was so great to hear you talk to the listeners and give feedback on your own experience in real time. Kate Cotton is my hero. She's my hero too. It's cool. I wish at her age I had the courage to venture out on my own to see the band. She makes me feel like I completely wasted my pre-kid days because I never did anything unless I had people to do it with. Not to focus on the negative, but I also have to thank you for taking me out of talking me out of ever trying to get rail. I'm not gonna say anything. I never had before because I never had a friend who was as into the band as I. So I would have been camping out solo. More importantly, I'm not even 5 feet tall. So if I got GA and didn't get rail, I would be screwed. Most people are not as kind as Music Brad. A stranger has never let me stand in front of them because I'm short. My ideal seat has always been front row balcony. That's a good seat, though. I get that. After listening to Bootleg Brad's stories over the past several months, I have thought to myself, I should try GA. I should try to get rail. That's over. I'm sticking with my seats. I love that, but I also feel terrible, like, that I've, maybe she'd love it. I'd never got the chance to find out whether I do or not, but I don't think I'm going to try again.
She would love it.
Okay.
If she got it.
Yeah.
I think my only response to that is that, like, try for rail in an arena, because there's not going to be a lightning storm.
Yeah, no, I would yes, I would agree with that.
But even then, I don't know. We almost didn't, like, the people that were in the line, like, overnight in Lexington, we almost didn't get rail because the way the security was set up. Like, they let, like, everybody into, like, 10 different security lines. It wasn't single file like Wrigley. Right. So I don't know. If you can get it. But yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. No, I just, like, everything I would say would be like the opposite of that. Like, don't ever do it. But that's not true. That was just my experience. You know what I mean?
Fuck.
A few random thoughts. So glad you came around on Leash. Always thought that was a badass song, and I've never had the chance to see it live. Also, please forgive me if this is out of line, but I wanted to say how amazing I thought it was that Music Brad, as someone in recovery, was able to go to a concert and sit in a bar all weekend and have a great time. I have a few friends in recovery, and I can't imagine how weird and difficult that can be at times. There's always been a lot of alcohol involved in going to Pearl Jam shows for me and my friends, much more than reasonable at times. Listening to your podcast has made me want to treat my next show differently and really experience it. Yeah, I got really scared there when I saw something about Music Brad again. But, man, I will say this. You know what's nice? I remember all of it. You know what I'm saying? That sounds so stupid, but I mean, apart from all the other good reasons, for me to not drink, those are those little things that you kind of want to, like, add to the list of reasons why it's better to not drink. For me personally, not anyone else. And it's little things like that, like, oh man, I went to 2 Pearl Jam shows, didn't get overcome with an anxiety attack, and I remember, way more of each show than I would have if I had been, slobbering all over myself. Of course, I was never that kind of a drunk, but I just mean really, if I'd been really drunk. So, it was interesting. And I'm not going to lie. I wanted to grab a drink a couple times, but I didn't. So thanks for, I don't know, saying that, noticing it. She says
I appreciate it.
What?
I appreciate her like, calling you out. In a good way.
Yeah, totally. No, I appreciate it. It's nice to have some support. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Positive reinforcement, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love talking about myself. All right. That's all I have for now. I just want to drop a quick note to thank you guys for continuing to provide a platform for Pearl Jam nerds. I really look forward to it every week. With Gems and Rhinestones, Krista from Philly. That was a great email.
I love it.
And no, you are not out of line for saying stuff like that at all, Krista. So don't ever. I don't know if you can tell, but we're pretty out in the open with most topics on this podcast. So, and if we don't think it's appropriate for the air, we won't read it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So thanks, Krista.
Thank you.
Danny B's up next.
Danny B.
Yeah, bud.
Gentlemen, for a long time I've considered you my friends.
Hell
After
yeah.
a face full of the B&B experience in Chicago, you are now officially my good friends. You know what I got to point out? I don't know if this is in the clips, but Danny B came up with B&B experience.
He did. Yep.
So, yeah, you're now officially my good friends. Danny B, that goes both ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, before you finish the email, because I don't know what's coming. Yeah, man, I feel the same way. It sounds like a very small thing, but I love the fact that now when I read your emails or hear your name come up, it's so cool to have a face that goes along with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It makes it even it even more real. And
yeah, I can hear him. I can hear him in my head now.
Yeah, because I love his voice. He's got such
Yeah.
I told him that when we were hanging out.
Did
got
you?
Such a cool. Yeah, I was like, man, I love your speaking voice. It's very, not in a bad way. Like it's very unique, and I couldn't.
He's laid back, man.
He's laid back, but I could never confuse his voice with someone else's. You know, he's got a
Right.
very distinct voice, and
Yep.
I love the T-shirt that he's made all of us. I show it.
Yeah.
I remember showing it to the guys here at the studio, and they're like, "What? Someone
Did
made
you? Oh,
that?"
that's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great, man. Anyway, sorry, that's all. I'll interrupt. Go ahead.
Music, Brad. It was not. I repeat, not ho hum meeting you. I don't think I think. Did we talk about this?
I don't know.
We were talking on the show about meeting people, and I didn't catch this till after I listened back to the episode. But you were like, "Oh yeah, people were so excited to meet you," and then they're like, "Oh yeah, there's Brad Lyons," and then Kate Cotton. They were like, "Oh my God, Kate Cotton."
That was meant to be funny, not self-deprecating.
Okay.
But it's also
Okay.
kind of true.
But
You know what I mean?
dude, you went dark for that split second, and I didn't catch it in the moment. But then listening back, I'm like, oh man, your voice dropped, and like, yeah. So I'm glad
really?
he picked up on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there was some truth like in your head.
There might have been. I'm
yeah.
a little, neurotic, if that's the right word.
But you're just kind of calm and laid back on the show, and I'm kind of like the goofball. So
Yeah. So, like, it's funny, to that specific point, tangent. It's not really tangent, because it's what we're talking about, but, my two very, as far as, like, the people you've known for a long time, like, my two kind of, like, lifelong, consistent best friends would be Clint and...
Clint Wells?
Yeah. Who? And my buddy Van, who I've been friends with since 7th grade. And he always, like, his imitation of me is, he goes, Brad, look, you just won the lottery. And then he switches over to me, and it's just, he just goes, does something like, oh, wow, yeah. Man, that's cool. That's, like, so, like...
Yeah.
Underwhelmed
Yeah.
is how I sound, even though on the inside I would be freaking out. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's very me. Go ahead.
Yep. Well, you, Brad Lyons, are the peanut butter to Blazy's jelly, the taco shell to his beef and cheese.
Yeah.
You hold that shit together.
Oh, thanks, man.
Which brings me to my next point. Based on the amount of Mexican food consumed and porta potties destroyed, I thought it was time to throw another nickname at Blazy and see if it sticks. Burrito Brad.
Oh, done.
Yeah, I
And
love that name.
On the list. Add it to the list. Especially after
listening-
silly salmon. What?
Listening to your rain delay story, I wish I had been there to help out. I would have been like a B&B Secret Service agent, diving in front of you and taking that vomit like taking a bullet for the president. The podcast must go on. Yeah, man,
awesome,
we
man.
needed you.
Hell
We
yeah.
needed you down there, Danny B. Seriously, guys, and Kate, we had a blast at Wrigleyville, meeting my fellow nerds, taking part in the round table, and just hanging out. I look forward to future roadies. And then he goes on to tell us that his wedding is the Friday, the September 19th, and if we want to hit the road, we can head out there. And the reason
God,
I'm
I wish I
laughing,
could.
Oh, dude,
That'd be so much fun.
So
I'd do that in a
awesome.
heartbeat.
The reason I'm laughing is because we got an email.
I know. Okay.
Later.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to find it real quick because I don't have it in this file.
It's fine. I mean, he told us
it's
the wrong
basically
day.
yeah. His wife or his fiance informed him that it's not the September 19th. I think it's October 19th.
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty funny. Patty
yeah.
B. Until next time, this is Danny B saying, please don't let it rain today.
Thanks, Danny
Love
B.
it. Yeah. Our new official friend.
There you go.
Which we made a few. We made a few official friends.
We got so many friends. Yes. Oh my God. All right, let's move on to Chris
good?
Thomas. Yeah, I'm good. All right. Hi, Brad and Brad. I just finished listening to episode 55 about your 5-day experience in Chicago, and it was awesome to get to live that experience through you. Oh, sorry. That experience through you both and everyone you guys recorded on the podcast. I wish that I could have been fortunate enough to have been there with you and all the other listeners. But it was great to hear about Brad L's first concert in 20 years. Listening to his emotional response during night one made me a bit emotional. I'm very glad that you both had a life-changing experience in Wrigleyville, even despite the weather on Monday and the red-orange puke fest or puke shower Brad L endured. I will never forget that. And I want to say this real quick. I think we addressed this in that episode, but I just want to make sure because I'm the guy that doesn't listen back to the episodes.
Right.
That was the cousin of a listener, and I'm in no way. I don't know. I hope she doesn't feel bad about it. I'm not pissed about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hope in telling the story, I didn't rag her too hard. So in case I did, I just want to put that out there.
I mean, I text with Bobby every once in a while. I don't think, I think he would have told, well, maybe he wouldn't have told me, but he didn't really mention it. I think she just said she was embarrassed more than anything.
Yeah. And, you puke on the host of a podcast, you're going to get on the show. I'm sorry about that. That's just the way it works. And if it's a little bit embarrassing, I'm sorry. But that's
We've
I can't
all been
leave that
there.
out. Yeah, dude. Come on. I just want to make sure that's been
I got
said.
puked on one time at the Mundelein, the fair, the 4th of July fair.
Fair puke.
I was holding, remember those mirrors that you could win with albums on them?
Nope.
No?
The albums you can win with mirrors on them?
It was a mirror.
Okay.
But it had a printout of Def Leppard, Pyromania. The album cover was printed onto the mirror.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And you could win it. Really? They were, I mean, that was all the rage.
When was this?
The 80s.
Now, Brad, I'm just a simple boy from Alabama. We might not have had that technology down here.
I mean,
yet.
Okay. I figured.
No, I really don't remember that. Now, maybe if I saw a picture or something, I'd be like, oh, yeah. But I just don't remember that.
I mean, they were the size of a 45 would be, but it was a mirror. And it was just in a white cardboard sleeve. And it would have Appetite for Destruction or, Pyromania.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think I can kind of see it in my head.
Yeah. You bust a bunch of balloons and you win this thing.
Gotcha.
Anyway, I was holding one that I had won, and I was in line for the zipper. And somebody on the zipper up at the top. You don't know the zipper?
What's a zipper?
Like at a carnival.
Man, I'm sorry. I have not been to very many carnivals.
Oh, dude. Okay. Well,
maybe none.
What's
a zipper?
It's a carnival ride.
Okay.
My favorite. You sit in this cage, and the cage can spin, but there's 10 cages in a row, and they all are on a track spinning.
Okay.
Anyway,
right.
Somebody was getting a little too spun out and threw up in the cage, and it all came splattering down onto us.
Like in like when all the kids eat the the dip on why can't I think of that? The kids in baseball. Oh my God.
Oh, the movie I've never seen that I hear everyone talk about.
Oh, you've never seen that? Why can't I think of that movie right now?
Sandlot?
Sandlot, yeah.
How do I know
Sandlot?
it? And no.
Oh my God.
No, I think I'm a little too old for that.
Nope.
Like
You'll never be too old for Sandlot, man. I'm just telling you. Just watch it. Tell me I'm wrong.
I just hate that. I hate that redheaded fat kid.
Why?
He's got a face I just want to punch.
Wow. We need to have a talk after this is over. You've got a lot of anger misplaced at a poor kid because you don't like his face.
You've never seen like an annoying kid that you just want to punch?
No. And I'm not saying that I love all kids. I just mean,
Right. Oh, that's what you told me the other day. I love kids.
Well, I do love kids as a general statement, but of course there's some that I wouldn't be too hot on. Oh my God, we have to finish these emails. Okay. Going back to poor Chris Thomas that took the time to write an email, and here we are just fucking it all up.
Puking all over his beautiful email.
Well played. All right. He goes on to say, this looks like this might be something very emotional and heavy, so God, we always do this.
Did I do this again?
Probably.
I did, didn't I? All right,
says,
I'm going to sit back and listen.
My main reason for writing you guys this week is in response to Kate Cotton's sign-off. I can say for myself that I completely agree with Kate's opinion on how you both have impacted me through your podcast. This year, more than ever, I needed something or someone... Oh, I just pulled a Brad B. And I burped. I'm starting this over. Edit. Can't do this to Chris. You know what's funny is I probably won't edit that. Okay. My main reason for writing you guys this week is in response to Kate Cotton's sign-off. I can say for myself that I completely agree with Kate's opinion on how you both have impacted me through your podcast. This year, more than ever, I needed something or someone to interact with to take my mind off of what was going on in my life. Dealing with my wife's stroke and recovery left me in a very lonely place for many months this year. It wasn't until I found you guys a month ago that alleviated my loneliness. I can't talk, and made me feel like I had something and someone to relate with. I've been a sports nut for as long as I can remember. But the downside of being a sports enthusiast is that it is so polarizing depending on how well, poorly my teams are doing. With music, and especially Pearl Jam, there's always joy. I've never been let down by these guys, and they have pulled me out of some dark times many times in my life. However, without you both this year, I may not have found them in a time where I desperately needed it. I was pissed off at everything and felt like I didn't have the right to feel good about much. I exerted so much towards trying to keep things together that I wasn't focusing on myself. You guys have affected my life in a very significant way, and I'm grateful to have found you both. Kate really said it well. Being part of this is nothing that I normally would be a part of. It's not like I go around every day emailing podcasters my feelings. It's made me think of myself in a different way, and meeting you guys has just been pure magic. You helped me find my soundtrack of 2018 to No Code, and enlightened me to so much of their music that I hadn't appreciated as much before. Regards, Chris. Wow. As someone that as since I haven't read that email before, that's part where you said, I was pissed off at everything and felt like I didn't have the right to feel good about much. I exerted myself so much towards trying to keep things together that I wasn't focusing on myself. Without going into detail, man, like I could have written that today, I feel like. So
yeah.
Thank you for writing in, because when I hear things like that and a million other things that people have written in, I get something from it too. So, and I feel a little bit less alone. So it works both ways. So thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. I'm glad we could be a conduit to Pearl Jam.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
It's cool.
Yeah, this continues to get crazier and crazier in a good way. I mean, as we get more and more emails from people. But thanks again, Chris. What you got next?
All right.
I just want to say
we're getting there, yeah. I just want to say real quick, we have gotten a ton of emails in the last couple weeks, and obviously we can't read all of them, so please don't feel like if you sent us an email but we're not reading it, that means something, because it's not. It's just we can't read every single email we get.
Yeah.
But we read them all.
The volume
I tried to get through all of them to reply to everybody. I might have missed one or two here or there, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say something
absolutely.
about that. Gina Rivera. Another one of our new official friends. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I can hear her saying these words. I love this email, dude. Hey, Brads. After coming off the high of the 4 shows I was lucky enough to attend, I'm heartbroken to hear that one of our own, John Farrar, has lost his wife. We also had a fellow sister, Kristen, in the Pearl Jam Women's Light Dimmed. The shows were amazing. I poured so much energy preparing and working to attend. My focus was on making sure the time spent was conducive to my comfort as I waited in GA. As we all focus on Pearl Jam, the set list, merchandise, and the vantage points best to see the band, we have fellow brothers and sisters suffering in intense pain. I wish I could be the one to heal that pain, but I am only one person. But I can offer a hand to hold when someone feels weak, a shoulder to cry on when none is there, and a heart to blanket them with love when they feel alone. I offer this to John and his family, as well as Kristen's family, friends and family. They both will be greatly missed. I suggest listening to any song where you can cry, scream, and deplete some of the sorrow that you feel. Then listen to a song that fills up the empty space with love. Pearl Jam songs are a perfect tool for that job. I stand with my brothers and sisters, bandaged hand in hand. I wanted to write a personal experience review of Wrigley, but I just cannot right now. I need to reflect. Love to you both, and so glad I was able to meet you and Kate, Regina.
Damn, Gina.
Yeah.
It's a good email.
It is. It's really good. I remember reading this the other day, just thinking like, man, she's got a way with words and like.
Yeah, man, you should write more.
Makes you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but again, going back to John Farrar and now Kristen, I didn't know her personally, but I see her on Facebook posting all the time. So when I heard that she passed away, it's pretty upsetting, you know. She seemed like one of the good ones out there, you know, and it's just sad.
Yeah.
So,
man, I don't even know what to say.
Well, I think Gina said it for us. I'm gonna leave it alone. We stand with everybody out there, you know, Pearl Jam fans. So,
yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, Gina. Thanks for sending those thoughts along. All right, we got Kate Cotton. You guys ever heard of Kate? She's a new listener.
Yeah, she's emailed once before, I think.
Okay, I'm so tired. My eyes aren't working. All right, to my silly salmons, listen, just because I'm famous now doesn't mean that I won't continue to email you guys on the reg. You can't get rid of me that easy. I kid. I still find it ridiculous that people I've never met know who I am. Like, absolutely ridiculous. But putting all that ridiculousness aside, I want to say how incredible it was meeting everyone. I know we talked about this a bit, but it's so amazing to me how easy it is to connect with fellow Pearl Jam fans. It's as if you're getting together with an old friend you haven't seen in a while. The ease is just immediately present. I'll admit, to no surprises to you both, I'm sure, that I was very anxious getting on the plane to Chicago. There were a lot of feelings mulling around in my brain. I was nervous to be going to a new city on my own to meet people I've never met before. Kind of like first date jitters, but times a billion. Let's see, I never really traveled alone, but I guess I don't really know what that's like because spending all that time with you guys was like being with close friends, family even. I'm still not sure as to why the both of you would thank me for spending time with you when I should and do thank you guys tremendously from the bottom of my heart for letting me be such a big part of your weekend. It was better than I ever could have imagined, and I want all the listeners out there to know that the two of you are just as amazing in real life as you are on the show, if not more. Ah, fuck. I'm getting overwhelmingly sentimental and sappy now. Can't help it. I'm with you, Brad B. This weekend legitimately changed how I feel about myself. So I'll be sappy if I want to, goddammit, and you'll like it. I can't believe I still have 2 more Pearl Jam shows ahead of me. I'm so excited, but not in the same way I was for Chicago. It truly won't be the same without the two of you. I so badly wish both of you could come or could be there. I'm hoping it can. I just heard the dog. I'm hoping I can connect with some other listeners again. Here's some songs I'm really hoping to hear in Boston. Release, I Need This as an Opener, or Oceans, my only 2 songs left from 10. Insignificance, Brainerd J, Blood, Rats, Trimmer Christ, Inside Job, Off He Goes, I Am Mine, You Are, Sad, Hard to Imagine, My Father's Son, Of the Girl, and Amongst the Waves. Holy 4-hour episode, you guys. I still haven't finished it, but thank you for including everything and telling all the stories so well. I'm so glad you have all of that recorded to allow us to relive all those moments, even the super shitty ones. Please come visit me in New York. I know this. Hey! It's so funny. I was watching this old, remember The Adventures of Ford Fairlane?
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
The Dice Clay movie.
Yeah.
And every time you go, oh, I'd be like, Kate! Which isn't even Kate. It's just Brad B's version of Kate. She says, I know this sentiment is thrown around quite often, but after this trip, I feel I can definitely say that Pearl Jam has changed my life forever. Thanks again for an unforgettable time. Kate Cotton. Well, shit, Kate. We feel the same way. And I'm so glad that you and everyone else we met on that trip was able to, I guess, quote unquote, be a part of the show, which, you know, you guys already were, but we got to actually have some of our listeners on the show, which was amazing. And I really appreciate, this is the funny thing, and then I'll shut up about it, but we get all these emails like, man, thank you guys so much for like spending time with us. And it's like, shit, dude. We're the ones thanking you for spending time with us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'll say that just that one last time. Thanks to Kate and everyone that we got to hang out with. You got anything else?
I just want to thank everybody that did email and like gave us really good and positive feedback about the 4+ hour show, because I mean, I'm sure you were too, but I was pretty worried that people were going to be like, 4 fucking hours, what the fuck, and just not listen to it. But
yeah,
we got a lot of people saying that they did, you know, they liked it. So that was pretty awesome.
That's cool.
So thank you.
Yeah, man. All right, well, let's move on into the anniversary part of our show. Actually, before we move on, let's mention some Patreon action real quick. How about that?
Yeah, I thought you were talking to me, but yeah.
I was talking to you.
I know.
What do you mean?
I thought you meant nothing.
Oh my God.
Behind the scenes.
You. Huh?
No, hello.
No, I mean mentally, emotionally.
Oh, you lost that long time ago.
Oh, man, I never had it, did I? No, just a real quick word. Yes, so if you do want to support the show, like so many of you have, well, all of you do by listening, but for those of you that feel like you can do a little bit more, we greatly appreciate it. This is not, you know, we both have full-time gigs outside of this, and families and all that good kind of stuff, so, you know, any kind of support we can get from you guys is much appreciated, but it is not mandatory or necessary either. So if you can't, don't worry about it. Or if you can for a little while and then you have to leave, that's totally cool too. We're just thankful for all of it. But you can go to patreon.com, patreon.com, and you can look and see all the incentives. I don't know. I'm so terrible about talk. I'm so bad at selling things, Brad.
Yeah.
What am I missing?
What do you mean?
Well, what else should we say about Patreon?
We got 3 new patrons this week.
Boom!
How do you like that?
I like that. Who are they?
Jeremy McBurney is a new patron.
Hello.
Hey, Jeremy, thank you.
What's up, Jeremy?
We appreciate it.
Yep.
David Pickering. We know David. Do you know that name?
Oh yeah. I just sent him a T-shirt. He
That's
should
right.
have it now.
He should.
16 years later.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. And Rick Bosso. I love that name. Boss Man Rick. That's what I've been calling him. Boss Man. So Jeremy, Rick, and David. Beercraft David, thank you. Is that it? Beercraft?
Beercraft.
Or am I saying it wrong?
I don't know.
probably
We know who you're
saying it
talking
wrong.
about.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Thank you, dudes, so much. We really appreciate it.
Yep. So a batch of T-shirts just got sent out for those of you that you are already on the Patreon train. I'm still working on getting the overseas shipping taken care of, so that will be very, very soon. I've got to fill out like customs forms and shit, and thought I grabbed enough, and then I didn't grab enough, and whatever. It's totally cool. Now that I know the how it works, it'll be easier from here on out. And
yeah, but let's see them when you get them. Give me some pictures. Post some pictures.
yeah, absolutely. And just so everyone knows, it's been me that's in charge of T-shirts, which is a huge mistake. Huge mistake. I don't have time.
I didn't want to say anything.
I just don't have time. So from now on, next time me and Brad see each other, he is getting all of the motherfucking T-shirts, and he and his family will take care of getting that stuff out because
I've got a couple.
I'll be 70 by the time anyone gets any more T-shirts.
I've got a secretary pool that can take care of those kind of things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so apologies. It's all my fault. None of it is Brad B's fault.
Oh, come
that
on
sounds
now.
sarcastic, but I'm being serious. So
No, dude.
we'll get all
I
that
don't
taken
look-
care of.
I don't
we're
look at it
still
that
learning,
way.
man. We're still figuring out. We're still
Yeah.
figuring all this stuff out.
What that means is we're never doing shirts again.
If you guys just got a shirt, you're the only ones that'll ever get one.
Yeah, so hang on
No,
to
that
them.
is not true at all.
No.
We're
I
getting
love
our
the
shit
shirts.
together, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you guys who already support, and you can go to patreon.com/singlepodcasttheory to find out more. Let's move on.
Well, real quick, speaking
What?
of shirts, if you want a shirt, let us know through email. If you don't want to do the whole Patreon thing, and we just sell it straight to you.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and one more quick thing before we get into the 1 year Love Fest. Not to be a downer, but just kind of a shout out to TJ Harris. Hold on 1 second, because I want to get this right. This is fun. I just had this up a second ago. Yep. God damn it. Come on now.
Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, here we go. TJ Harris and Jessica. Their son was admitted to the hospital today, or Friday. It looks like Friday. So they're on their way to be with their son Reese. So I just want to give a shout out to TJ. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Him and Barker had a little meetup listener party for us in Seattle. Not for us, but
Yeah.
just like for listeners to come and hang out.
Mm-hmm.
So just we're thinking about you, TJ.
Absolutely.
So get well soon, Reese.
Thanks for throwing that in there, man.
Yeah.
All right. So I don't even know where to start, Brad B. I got all these clips sitting here in front of me.
Right.
Don't even know where to start. But I think, if we're going to look back on the year that is the first year of Single Podcast Theory, I mean, I think we would be pretty remiss if we left out any of Brad B's attempts at an accent. And we're not talking Mandarin or
Right.
Japanese, or we're talking about other English-speaking countries.
Good day, mate. That was probably my favorite
That's probably
one.
the best
That
one right there.
Yeah, because it's so like pitch perfect.
Yeah. Why don't we just listen to some clips? How about that?
Yeah, do it. Greetings from the land of Australia. Loving the podcast. I wish I could do the accent.
Don't try. Don't try. I
Good
can't do
day,
it.
B&B. Okay.
Aiden can do.
Yes,
He's not.
this is for you. My last name is a hard one to pronounce, but I totally want to hear you guys try to figure it out before I even tell you. So,
Okay. I'm gonna do my. This is what I think. I think it's Daniel Coppola.
Capolo.
Yep.
Well, don't they do the like? They don't. I've noticed they don't have the two different pronunciations of, what is it? God, I'm so stupid. Not vowels. What's the other thing?
Consonants?
Consonant. Yeah, it is vowels. So the vowels, they
I love you. Go ahead. Sorry.
the vowels, they don't. There's not. You know how there's two different ways of saying, like, like a or like ah.
Right,
okay?
like hard or soft
Yes,
vowels. Yeah.
they don't have the soft one. So like we would be braid and braid. There's no Brad and Brad. You see what I'm saying?
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Next time you listen to
So you're saying
someone,
that it's Coppola?
yeah, Cope-ilo or
Cope-ilo?
Cope-ilo. Yeah, Cope-ilo. And that reminded me, I went on Amanda's phone and recorded myself yelling all the different GPS commands at her. So now when she's driving like to school
It's
and stuff,
your voice yelling at her?
it's my voice. Yeah. And I did some of them in my Australian accent. Mm-hmm. I'm like, turn left.
I'm sorry, what
Turn
was that?
right.
Say left again?
Turn. Now I'm just going to laugh. Turn left.
Lift?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn right.
Right. I don't think that's Australian at all.
Well, it's just my version.
Yeah, I get it.
And then there's like, I'm yelling at her to slow down because there's police ahead. I mean, I love it. It's so funny.
I just love you, Brad. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, thanks.
And
All right.
that's a sincere I love you, but... Oh,
Thank
God.
you.
Never... You are a special person, my friend. Do yours.
And now on the BBC, it's time for... Oh, wait, it's supposed to be posh, right?
Gosh, dude. That was
No,
like...
I can't.
fucking-
Yeah, I was over the top. That was some... what's his name? Austin Powers shit.
That was
Yeah, I
some,
don't know.
like, backwoods Cockney bullshit. you
Right.
just
Well,
pulled.
that's all I know. And now
Posh.
on the BBC, it's time for the grunge rockers, Pearl Jam. How's that?
That was fucking awful. It sounded like you had some sort of palsy or an aphasia of some sort.
I mean, I could do it like, and now on the BBC, it's time for grunge rockers, Pearl Jam.
Nope. See,
No?
that's the
That's
difference
my-
between you and I. Is
That's
that
Stephen Hawking.
I
That's
know
my
that I
Stephen
can't
Hawking
do. If I can't do something, I'm just like, no, I
Oh,
can't do it. I'm not even gonna try. And you're like, well, what about this way? No, that was pretty terrible. Oh, hold on.
I
I'll
know
go
it's
this way. No.
I do know it's awful,
Okay, good.
but my blokes love it.
Oh God! I gotta go take a lift on the lorry. Does that work?
Yeah, there you go.
What's
But first,
I gotta have a kip.
whoa,
Whoa, my phone just.
Is that
buzzed. Yeah, man.
yeah. Are you on airplane mode?
I am, but I forgot to turn the vibrate off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fucking.
Oh God, that was awful.
That was bad.
I might.
That was bad?
I might edit that out.
Why?
And you know how much I don't like to edit.
That's a British, not American.
Oh, I wasn't
where
worried
it's-
about. See, now you just made it
Oh.
even worse.
What would you? What?
Because that truly sounded terrifying. All I was saying was you were doing a terrible job of the English accent, and then you said the C word with an American
hard C.
Yeah, an
Right.
American.
Well, that's. No, we're good.
We're gonna have to do
People.
I'm actually just gonna lift what I just did and put that in place. Here's
Please, no. I've got what you need to do. You just clapped right over me.
I did.
I was talking.
Oh, you are done, my friend.
Oh, I
done.
can't wait to hear this.
Okay, let's move on. Oh, Brad B, you and your crazy ass accents that you're worse than.
comedy-
Well, I don't know. I'm worse than
my
you. which
comedy
is why I don't-
stylings?
Yeah, your comedy style. You're right. I'm sorry. It's much more. What's the word? Refined than just accents.
No,
it's
dude.
definitely your
It's-
comedy stylings.
I'm so dumb, though.
That's funny that you should say that. Here's a clip.
Just like with turkey, I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone with my fat American ignorance. I don't do it on purpose. I'm just trying to.
You're like, I don't do it on purpose. I'm just really that dumb.
I'm just dumb and ignorant.
You're not dumb, dude. It's not like. Never mind.
Yeah.
You're not saying anything offensive. I don't.
Okay,
think.
good. Yes.
Well, Brad B, you are my favorite big dumb American. You big dumb American.
Yeah.
Are we really looked at as dumb American? Like, by and large.
Oh, we are now for about the last year and a
okay.
half.
Well, it depends on. Yeah. Well, I would agree with that, but it depends on what, where
Or
you're
did you
coming
mean us
from.
personally?
What's that?
Did you mean us personally?
Well, no, I just mean Americans. That's always kind of like the big dumb American.
Yeah.
Like my whole life has kind of been like the. Is that really for real? All of you people that live overseas,
Yeah. Mookie 10?
Mookie 10, all of our
Janan.
Australia peeps.
Yeah.
We're not talking about us. I mean, you can call us stupid if you want to, but is that really how
Just
the rest of the world has always looked at us?
America.
I don't know about that.
As a whole. I think that people in other countries, hopefully, they see the cliche big dumb American, but they probably think like, well, they're not all like that. They can't all be like that.
God, let's hope so.
But the new president, I think a lot more people are like, well, yeah, maybe they are all big dumb Americans.
Big dumb rednecks.
Yeah, their big cowboy hat and cheeseburgers.
Well, I'm just going to say this. We're putting this together on the fly, and my big dumb redneck comment was perfect for this next one. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so. a certain guitar player looking like a certain kind of person. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
That's good.
I mean, Mike, it's so funny. This is one of the things that hasn't aged well. Is Mike looks like he is a roadie for a Leonard Skinner cover band.
Yeah, dude, he is.
You know
like
what I mean?
Skin and bones.
Well, there's that, and he just looks redneck as fuck.
yeah,
And you're hearing that from a guy that has grew up in Birmingham, Alabama.
Right.
And that's some redneck shit going on there.
Right.
I mean, he
Yeah.
just looks like if you heard him talk, he'd be like, hey, Stone, you got some more cold beer? I'm out over here, man. Pass me a cold beer. Bud Heavy? All right, then. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
that's what it looks like.
He
He's
looks
got
like,
that kind of like that. Doesn't he have kind of like a weird kind of like 15-year-old peach fuzz stash?
yeah,
Right. And
He
he's got the
definitely
long
looks-
stringy hair.
yeah,
And he looks like his clothes are just gonna fall off of him.
yeah. He's got a Joe Dirt thing going on.
That's it, man. And I don't say any of that to like make fun of him because we also know, he was not doing well at this time. This is kind of part of what you laughing at there, bud.
He's so rude.
Me, you. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I love the name of that clip. I just tried to name these things something identifiable, so I would try and know where to go with them. And this one was just called Skinnerd.
Yeah,
For Mike.
yeah. Well, speaking of a roadie for a Skinnerd cover band, I think I encountered one last night.
Where?
I was in Nashville.
Like for real, or just something that reminded you of that?
A little bit. Well, no, I mean, he might have been. We were in a parking lot leaving, and there was a group of dudes walking, and he was wearing cowboy boots, but they were like, they had the American flag on them.
Nice. I need to get a pair of
Like
those.
But then I saw like a girl wearing a Injustice for All shirt, and I was like, yeah.
Hold on a second. I want to go back to the boots for a minute. So they were
Sure.
The whole thing was like American flag pattern,
Yes.
or there was actually like an American flag.
No,
on it?
it was like the pattern of the boot
For the whole
was
boot.
just yes on both.
Dude, I'd wear the shit out of that. Now, as I'm kind of looking through all
Nashville.
these lists, I love it that you don't know what's coming next from moment
Right.
to moment.
I just like the way you labeled them, like as we were going through them earlier, and you're like, "Yep, that one's Skinnerd, that one's Jerkoff."
Well, exactly. We'll get to that one in a minute. So,
Oh yes,
to be honest with you, when I was thinking about this episode coming, one of the first things I was like, oh, what are some of the funny things I remember or whatever? Or one of the things that I remember that we got a lot of emails or mentions in emails from fans about. And I got to say, the first one that came to my mind was #swoon. What do you think about that? Think it's time to swoon?
yeah, because it's come up a few times.
It has. I've got
But
multiple.
I think that first one, that might have been like one of the like first big moments between us and the listeners. Like people, because that was what, 10? Oh, that was unplugged. That was what, 15 or 13?
It was within the first. I think it was somewhere around 13. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really early.
Seemed like that was people really. I mean, I liked it. I thought it was funny, and then we got a lot of feedback from people saying that they really thought that was funny because
we still get swoon references in our emails.
Yeah, exactly.
So without further ado, here's Brad B's swoon.
Performances is because they weren't. I don't know. It didn't feel put on. It didn't feel unnatural. So much of that is what defined Eddie as a icon, I feel like, for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he's wearing that jacket,
The corduroy jacket.
the corduroy that everyone then wanted.
Yeah. And dude, his hair. I mean,
His hair, they're all
takes
young
his hat
pups.
off
Yeah.
at one point, and he's just that like long flowing early 90s hair. I mean,
Just
holy
a beautiful
shit.
mane.
Yes, dude. I fell in love that night.
Dude, if I was a chick, I'd be in love with Eddie Vedder.
Yeah. I'm not a chick, and I was in love.
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
I mean,
Seriously.
well, there's one part. What is it? I think I wrote it down here. This made me laugh that I even wrote this. Oh, this is so ridiculous. He says right after Oceans, he's like, a love song written about my surfboard.
Yeah.
But then he like giggles,
Yeah.
like a nervous giggle. Yeah. And I wrote that down, and then I wrote swoon with like 4 O's. Because, dude, the look on his face, that like, he's all serious, and then he like,
Yeah.
A little love song I wrote about my surfboard.
We're talking about, like...
I'm in love with a man for the first time in my life at 17.
Exactly. The sexual musk and power you must be carrying around to take a totally straight guy and make him think for a second, like,
Maybe. I mean, hey, how
yeah,
you doing?
I mean-
But it's like a mop, and just the way he's like shaking his head and singing.
Just like spit coming out of his mouth and these
Yeah.
like grunts and little screams off mic and ooh, God, that was such a good performance. Yeah,
Swoon
exactly.
Part 2.
I mean, I am strictly hetero, but I might spoon with Eddie. I might spoon with 1993 VMA Eddie. Should I do the rest of the podcast in that voice?
Yeah, could you?
No.
You know, he throws his hat behind him
Onto the drum riser.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Dude's cool. But man,
Swoon.
Oh, dude, that hair, that glorious fucking hair comes out again.
Brad B, I love how much you love his hair. Eddie's hair.
Oh, dude. It's just beautiful. I mean,
I was wondering if maybe you had fallen asleep on me there for a second, but it was really just that you were just thinking about Eddie's hair and you couldn't speak.
Yeah, dude. I still, to this day, a year later, well, fucking 20-something years later, whenever I see it, because that Unplugged comes up a lot on, like, specific Instagram accounts that we follow. Mm-hmm. So I see that some form of that Unplugged episode like once a week, and I still get like the hearts in my eyes.
Yeah, I didn't know what you were gonna say.
Right.
I still get I didn't know if you're gonna be like boner.com, I didn't know where that was gonna go, but you said hearts in your eyes. I'm
texting that right away.
I just pictured, yeah, don't do that. Or maybe do. I don't know. It's your life, man. Live it. God, I don't even remember what I was going to say next. But I will say that we've gotten many nicknames over the year. Mm-hmm. Too many to even. There's tons. But
Brad Squared.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
B&B Experience.
Yeah, we had Danny B with the B&B Experience. Bradlingtons.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Tons that we're not even remembering right now. But, so the ones that have stuck lately, at least for me, I've been getting a lot more music Brad. Mm-hmm. And you've got kind of a rotating list of, Sideshow Brad.
Right.
What else was there for you?
Bootleg Brad.
Bootleg Brad.
Thankfully, Asshole Brad did not seem to catch on.
Thank God. Well, was it ever there?
Oh, yeah.
Who calls you an asshole?
I mean, I came up with it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. No one else says that except for you. So shut it down.
All right. I will never say it again.
I don't know if we can say that I'm Music Brad now.
Burrito Brad, newly crowned Burrito Brad.
That's like today, right?
I hope that one sticks, yes. Because that is...
I'm down with Burrito Brad. I've never seen someone just demolish. I've got a big head for a human being. Right. But that was a Brad L. head-sized burrito that you just took down, I think, before I finished my 2 little regular tacos. Yeah. That was amazing.
Right,
but
and I got mine first.
Let's not... I want to stick on this little thread here because it leads to our next thing. I don't know that I can just be called Music Brad anymore because you've got your own little musical instrument now, much to my chagrin.
Yes.
Why don't we kind of...
This is the intro to it?
I think so, yeah. I think that's what we're going to do
original,
here.
The
funny thing is this comes up a couple times in other... clips that I found.
Right, like accidentally.
Yeah. But we'll stick with this one
quote
first.
unquote, yeah. The OG, if you will.
Oh, man. Okay, let's just get to it. Here we go.
Yeah, yes, please. Hey, if I was trying to be funny, you know what I would do?
What?
I'd probably say like a stupid joke.
Right.
Like, what'd the one mushroom say to the other mushroom?
You're a fun guy. Oh my God. I did not see that coming. It scared the shit out of me. Oh. But I also instantly knew it was hilarious. Because, oh God.
I love it so much, dude.
I had a flash in my eyes of just the happiest, proudest look on your face.
I was trying so hard to think of a way to work it in naturally, you know what I mean? Or like not naturally. Like I was gonna like, dude, I got something for you. Think of a joke or think of something to say, and then I'm gonna do something. And I couldn't think. I'm like, it's not gonna sound right. And then it just naturally came up.
Okay, now don't ever do that again.
Oh, it's coming when you least expect it.
Oh no.
Oh, I love it so much.
Okay. Brad B., I want to thank you personally from the bottom of my heart for all the sweaty, fevered nightmare dreams that I have now of you playing a fucking slide whistle. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You
know what I got to say to that?
I didn't even think about it, but I should have. What, Brad? What do you have to say to that? Okay. Well, that's your only one for the night. Because we've got it coming up in a couple more.
Oh, okay. Those don't count. Clips don't count.
Sure, I'm editing. Yeah, they count. You have no control. This is why you got to learn how to edit. Until then, you can't say a damn thing, can you? Nope.
I'll just keep playing it until I get to the end, and you can't clip it all out.
You what?
I'll just keep playing the slide whistle.
Oh, then it'll just be a Music Brad episode. Just me. Oh God. But to say, I know we're being really jokey and having fun or whatever. But it was cool to go back and look to see who sent us our very first email. Do you know who that was?
I do. Don't I?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Wait.
I can't read your brain. Think about it. Think about it. It was on...
I know. The
on
4th,
the day.
right?
Yeah.
Crap. Was it on the 4th? Man.
The title was No Code Tone. Kurt Segrist.
Kurt Segrist. I should have known that.
Yeah, man.
I knew that. Well, I thought it was somebody else, and I was surprised to find out it was not.
Yeah, I thought it was either
was.
Kurt or...
I wonder if we didn't read Kurt's, but we read Neil Hansen first.
Yeah.
For some weird reason.
Either way...
I don't know why we would do that.
Those were the first ones. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't remember if Neil was the very first one, but he was definitely... Him and Kurt were the first ones to kind of jump on and send us emails, and I was like, holy shit, we've got emails.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like, oh my God, we can't read all the emails.
Right. On the air, I read them all.
You what?
I said not on air. I do read all of them.
Right. So thank you guys for, I don't know, there's just been a lot of... I don't even know how to describe it. How would you describe it? The email relationship with our fans and how it's grown. Or listeners, I shouldn't say fans.
God, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like saying fans.
Yeah. It's weird.
I mean, it's amazing. It's really crazy that people... Right, it's just like mind-blowing that people react the way they do. And we get some incredible emails. And... Yeah, it's awesome.
It's great because it runs the gamut.
It's like John Coffey in The Green Mile when he's talking about like he can hear everyone and he like feels all of their love so much. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel reading all these emails.
You just surprised me, Brad B. Because normally when I hear you take a pause and go, it's like, I'm like, here comes some bullshit.
I don't know how that came out of me that fucking smooth.
That was smooth,
that I could remember his name. But you would, okay, here we go though. What's that dude's name in real life?
Oh man. The actor?
Yeah. He's got 3 names too. He's one of those guys.
It's John,
no, that's John Coffey. That's the character.
Hold on, Michael. Why are we doing this? Why do we do this? Yeah, John Earl Grey, like the tea.
But that's what I mean. It's three names. It's on the tip of my tongue too. Wasn't he in
Michael?
Wasn't he in like a football? Yeah. Oh, Michael Duncan Clark. Ooh,
Michael Clark Duncan.
that's right.
Brad, you just broke the rule. Michael Clark Duncan. That's what it is.
Wait, is it Michael Clark Duncan?
Let me look it up. Yep.
Michael Duncan Clark. It's Michael Duncan Clark, isn't it?
Nope, it's Michael Clark Duncan.
Okay.
I'm looking at
He passed
IMDb.
away here like in the
He
last
did.
year.
No,
Surprisingly.
2012.
Oh wow, that long
6
ago?
years ago. Yeah, it's been a while.
Whoa. I like that dude a
Tangent
lot.
City. Okay, but thank you to not. We'll get back on track here with the emails, but that was a really
dude.
surprising thing to me. That was the first thing that was surprising was that we were getting that many emails right away.
Oh.
What's so funny?
Yeah. No, I thought you were saying something else.
What did you think I was saying?
I was laughing that you were surprised at what I said.
Oh, no.
About how I feel about the emails. Yeah, dude, it was I mean, the show like it was surprising how quickly we like gained listeners.
Yeah.
Does that sound
No.
like I'm being egotistical?
Well, we all know how egotistical you are, so don't worry about that. But no, it doesn't sound like that. No, I totally agree with you. Just a couple nerds talking, sometimes very without very much eloquence or intelligence, but we still make it happen every time.
Yeah, most times.
You nerd. Which, that's funny. Okay, so that was not planned either, but we've got, I've got 3 clips that kind of go along with the whole nerd motif. So let's dig in. Don't worry, Brad. You have another slide whistle solo, I believe, in here somewhere.
Okay.
So.
Wait, you need me to play it? Or is that what you're saying?
No. I just
Because
hit
I got it
record
right here.
And what's going on, Pearl Jam nerds? You are listening to Single Podcast Theory. I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek.
Welcome, Brad Blazek.
Welcome to the show, episode 49.
That would be so painful if you talk that way. That's a really good voice, though. I like it.
I could probably do this the whole time. I kind of like it.
I would start beating my head against the glass and the.
Oh, come on.
In
I
the-
like this
in the
voice.
booth.
We're going to talk about avocado and Taylor Swift and Pantera.
No.
What do you want to talk about, Brad Lyons?
Can you just say avocado, just the one word in that voice again?
Episode 49 will be avocado.
Oh, God. There's something extra painful about the way you say that word.
That voice is if Stephen Hawking didn't get that disease and he just talked normally.
Okay. So that's what's happening now. I have to prepare myself in a whole new range of ways now before we start. If that's what. Oh, God. It's good. Now, this is the line in the sand. It's, it's before SW or after SW. Like the BC AD changeover.
Right. Oh, yeah.
And I'm a little bit scared about after the SW.
Right. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be hard for me to put that thing down.
Well, all right, here's the deal. You've done it 4 times. You kind of blew your wad, so to speak. And I think that
Right.
should be the new limit. Is
4 per episode?
Yeah. So you're done for this episode. You know what I'm saying? It's good. But I'll lose my mind.
Are you sure my
Not
voice
really.
sounds okay?
Oh,
Am I
God,
coming
Brad.
through all right?
Yeah, it almost sounds like I hear you so well. It's like you're real and I'm not.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
What are you on?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
I'm
Yeah.
painfully sober right now.
Oh.
God, do I sound like I'm on drugs?
Hi, Brad B.
Hello.
That one sounds weird. That's not even the same voice.
There's something happened. I had
Sound like you got a frog in your throat.
Yeah. I had some stuff in my throat, but I'm better now.
Ugh.
How are you, Brad Lyons?
I'm good, man.
You liking this show so far?
We already listened to the clips, man. I can't deal with that voice.
I could do it all night.
I know you could.
For
I
our
can't
second
listen
year,
to it all night, though.
For our second year, I'm just going to record like this.
What? Oh, I'm just going to ignore you. One of the things, too, that I love about this show has been, because we can do some pretty long episodes. And whether I listen to them or not, even if I listen to everyone, I think there would be moments that, it's so subjective what people find funny. And, there's so many times where you don't even think you're being funny, but someone thought it was hilarious.
Right. That's like the biggest thing I've learned. Like, I'm done trying to be funny. I think.
Good for you, bud.
Because it never is funny. It just falls flat. But then, like, the funniest stuff is stuff that I say that I'm totally dead serious.
Yeah.
But your reaction is like, you think it's hilarious. And then we get, like, listeners that think it's hilarious. And in the back of my mind, like, I get it. I totally get why people think it's funny, like, after the fact. But in my mind, like, in the moment, I'm not trying to be funny.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we have any examples of that?
Yeah, man. I remember seeing this pop up in emails, and I was like, I have no idea what the fuck they are talking about. But as soon as this starts playing, I'm sure you guys will remember this moment.
Where's your head at with this song?
I like it. I love this song. I always have. I kind of have a weird, like, when this album came out and I was listening to it all the time, I worked at an Amoco gas station. So I was the elderly woman behind the counter in a small town.
Oh, I can't. I need a second. I just had like a hot flash. Whew. It's just like I'm like a menopausal woman right now. Hold on. Brad B. I am the elderly woman behind the small counter.
I was.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
the song is about like a woman, that has been stuck behind, in a small town. She never got out, and like her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend like walked in and didn't even recognize her, or vice versa,
Right.
And I was just like, that's me.
Okay, what I love about that moment is that you say it so earnestly and sincerely, like that was, and the pause as like I can hear my brain working it all out, and then slowly start laughing when I realized the genius of what you just said. It was totally unintended.
Right.
That was just the best way.
For 20 years, I was like, I thought that it's like such a deep thought, and like so like, like in my own head, I'm like, yeah.
Well, I'm just so glad that.
Then when I finally said it like out loud, and you laughed, and people laugh like through email, I'm like, I'm so dumb. I'm just like, I'm not deep.
That's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Not gonna lie, it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah,
I've heard that a
another
few
good one.
times.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go there. Let's go there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a shit, do you?
No,
I sometimes I could be wrong, but I feel like at this point I've learned so much about you. But one of the things is that I feel like I'm getting better at reading your voice tone. And so when you go, it's kind of like, it's like I'm talking to Leslie. You know what I mean? We're at home. She's worked all day, and I'm like, I'm talking about something, and she's just like,
I'm like,
no, dude. Okay, I am not like dismissing you. I'm saying that because I don't have anything to say about the technical stuff. Mm-hmm. So I can't like.
All right, moving on.
Okay.
Let's go to Comatose.
Yes.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But see, that's like something that I'd never thought the show would be about, just us kind of talking to each other, not about Pearl Jam, just about anything.
Right.
You know?
It happens a lot these days.
It does.
Which,
yeah, it does.
I mean,
which is awesome. I love it. That's like part of why I love doing the show is that it's not just two like nerds talking about Pearl Jam and that's it.
Like reading a bunch of facts and
Right. Yeah, we kind of sometimes will talk about other things as friends, like just two dudes sitting around.
Yeah.
And I love that.
I think that those moments are the things that kind of keep I don't know. It's engaging in the show in a different way than like you said, than I thought this show would be. We had no fucking clue what this was going to be, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you just go and say shit that's just fucking bananas. And
like
I guess
what,
I do
Brad
too.
Lyons?
Quit being such a jerk off. Oh, see what I did there? Here we go.
Yeah, how fucking cool is that, dude? I mean, I'm going to take a minute to just jerk off. I fucking love that our band is in the fucking Hall of Fame. Our band, okay?
You
My band.
are fucking on fire today, Blazy. Dude.
Did I just get blazied?
You blazied us. Damn.
How's that feel, ladies?
I like it. Yeah, I mean that's pretty.
No, but
it's pretty special.
Yeah, go on.
No. You go on. I interrupted you.
No, you're right.
You go on. No, you go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, it's one of those things where, like,
Did I just blow your mind?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm completely and utterly underwhelmed right now, Brad.
Oh, that's not the first time I've heard that.
JK, LOL. I love you. Now, Brad B, how often are you told that you're underwhelming?
I mean, I thought you were just about to ask me something else.
Oh, I'm not touching that.
Yeah, how many times have you ever? Yeah.
Oh God.
I get the feeling. I mean, you could add your own ending to that question, but I get the feeling
it's like
that
a Mad Lib.
Right.
Go ahead. You were saying you were about to say something really underwhelming. I'm sure.
Exactly. Like, I think most people won't be rude and tell me I'm being underwhelming. You know?
Oh, like me?
So right, exactly. I think it happens all the time, but most people don't call me out on it. Yeah. But that's why I love you, bro.
That's my duty.
Yeah, duty. I love that word.
Oh, see, here we go. We just added another clip for next year. Right? Am I right?
Did I ever tell you about when I worked at the gas station and I had to duty?
All right, can I'm totally cool with this story. Hold on a second. We can get to that in a minute, but this is what I want to ask you. Okay?
Yeah.
Now we just talked about how, you know, one of the fun things has been that it's not always 100% Pearl Jam talk all the time.
Right.
We are human beings,
yes.
Whatever, right? But there is this kind of, you know, professional line to be drawn where we can't just do that all the time, or that takes away the whole point of the show, right? Is that everything's kind of framed around this Pearl Jam conversation.
Yeah.
Yet you have no and I want to be sure that you and everyone else understands I'm not being mean here. This is legit curiosity.
This is
I want to know the
therapy.
answers to these questions. As someone that is now a very close friend, when and some of this, I say this because people can't hear how all this happens, right? Meaning,
Yeah.
I'll be like, here's the deal, dude. I've only got X amount of time. I know that sucks, but blah, 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 blah. We're going to have to, like, we got so many emails this week. We need to, like, really get through. And I also want to say that, yes, at times I am totally guilty of this as well. But you have no problem and be like, all right, cool. We need to kind of get through these emails, and we'll get done with the email section. And then I'll go, all right, let's move on into our topic. And you're like, oh, hold on a second. Did I ever tell you about the time I worked at a gas station and had to duty? So my question to you is, what the fuck is going through your head when I just said 10 seconds before, we need to get through this, and then you're like, oh, you mean tangent time?
Because I have you right now. People
That's
need
a
to
very good
understand.
point. That's a very good point. I love it. I love that
People-
you just said that.
I'm sorry that the listeners and you are the collateral damage of the fact that this is literally the only time we get to talk to each other.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
I mean,
you
we do-
are so busy.
What's that?
And so you are so busy during the week
Yeah.
that we just don't get a chance to talk that much. And since we don't even live in the same state, it's not like we were out hanging out last night in Nashville.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we could go sit down somewhere and talk, and I could tell you these stories in person, and maybe not, tell the whole world some of my, deepest, saddest moments, like when I shit myself at the gas station,
Mm-hmm.
But I've got you now.
So you got to tell me at the expense of
So
our
I-
listeners, and I love
right.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a very good explanation.
That's the honest
But love
answer. Because I
See?
like talking to you. I like, I love your reactions to my stupid shit.
Yeah, same here. I love my reactions to your stupid shit. I'm just kidding.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly. So much fecal-based humor on your end.
Have I told you that story? I won't tell you, but just have
I
I
don't
ever
think
told
so.
you that?
I don't think so.
You'd remember this one.
Oh, okay. Well, don't be so
So.
sure about that. I have a shit memory.
Wow.
You know that too.
I got a shit memory too. Literally.
Literally. Hey, yo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we would be doing ourselves and our listeners a huge disservice if we didn't have at least one clip, and there's more of them, but this is one that we found from Brad B's favorite song. Here we go. Brad B's favorite guitar part. Ugh.
No.
Sounds like someone stepped on a cat. Oh, Brad B's favorite
this
guitar
was-
part. What?
Yep.
Yep.
Wee, wee, wee.
Well, there's that,
I-
and there's... Well, maybe I should do it. I'm open. I tried to do that in my thinnest, weirdest...
Did we... Wait, you just played a clip of that?
No, dissident. But I was just saying,
did-
you
Okay.
know,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're-
Like, we don't have that.
we don't.
Oh my God.
What happened?
That's a big one, dude.
We'll see if we can find it. I mean, yeah, I'll try and find it.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
this
no, I'm
point.
going to worry about it. Well, yeah,
I can't
man.
believe.
So,
See, that's. Go on.
no, what were you going to say?
I can't believe I forgot that one. That was another big one. That's a big moment.
It was. Yeah, I got to find it. I got to put it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
No, it's cool. I should have thought about that. See, yeah. That's, that'll be the last clip, and then that's the end of the episode. I hope that
I still don't like Dissident. I've heard it since that episode.
Yeah, it ain't
since-
gonna happen for you.
It's not. No, because like Leash did. Like I love Leash. Love it. I don't know what was wrong with me.
But you didn't used to
But-
hate the song, did you? You just
No, I didn't hate it. I just didn't really care for the chorus, really.
right. I got you.
But yeah, it's a good song. But I just never liked Dissident.
Oh, we're
And I
aware.
never will. God damn it.
Well, man, I just want to say first to you, this all got started in a really crazy way, and neither one of us had any idea what was going to happen. But I'm very, very thankful to have a really good friend gained out of this whole thing, and we've made it through a whole year, and I just want to let you know that I love you and I appreciate you, and obviously I couldn't do it without you, but I don't mean that in a logistical way. I just mean I'm really glad that it ended up being you that's my partner in this show, and I've learned a lot from you, and I appreciate it. You didn't see that coming, did you?
No, dude. You're getting me all misty-eyed over
All
here.
misty.
For real.
Yeah, man.
No, but thank you, man. I love you too. And I couldn't have foreseen, like, literally meeting a stranger basically over the phone.
Yeah.
And it turning into, like, as close as we are a year later. And
Yeah,
as
man.
fun as this is every week to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We still, yeah. We even took a trip together, and we
It's-
still like each other.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no fights. We didn't really have any, like, dude, I've gone to hang out with my best friend in Oklahoma that I've known since I was a teenager
Yeah, Don.
and gotten kind of like, not fights, but like, yeah, I think I'm ready to go home by like the second day of like a week's worth of a trip. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
And me and you, fucking, there was none of that, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, dude.
So,
It's been a special thing. I appreciate it.
yeah.
But I also want to say, along the same lines, the same thing to everyone we don't know that listens, and everyone that writes in, shares really funny shit with us, shares really touching stuff, shares really awful stuff with us. And while our friendship is a big surprise to me, it's not that big of a surprise, if that makes any sense. But one of the things that has been a continuous surprise is how thoughtful and what's the word for it?
Open?
Open. Touche. Well done. How open, how I don't know, at the level at which people feel comfortable enough to share
Yeah.
some really crazy shit with us. And even though it may or may not be directly Pearl Jam related, you know, I'm glad that our show, this show has taken that turn, and so much of what the show is and what it's become. Yes, we work hard on it. Yes, we care about it. Yes, we try and make the right decisions. Yes, we fuck up sometimes, but so much of it is also informed and shaped by the people that listen to it and interact with us and other Pearl Jam fans. And that's been really, in a good way, overwhelming to me. So
Definitely. It's humbling. I mean, that sounds
Absolutely.
like cliche or whatever, but it is what? It's just we get these emails from you guys, and you guys are like so open and honest and so just nice about everything, you know? Mm-hmm. And I'm surprised. Like, a lot of times we'll do a show and I'll be like, oh God, they're going to hate this. Like, this is the turning point. People are going to turn on us. Mm-hmm. And then we get like the nicest fucking emails from people, and I'm just like, holy crap, they liked it.
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man. Well, and on a personal note, too, it's all kind of coming at the right time for me, I think. While I might not have all the time that I wish I had, I will say that I needed this. It ends up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I needed to meet the people and hear the stories and
Yeah.
and be able to share things that I feel really weird about sharing, and that's been a really important part of the last year for me. So,
oh, dude, I totally agree. Like, I needed this too, and it's weird. I don't know. I don't know. I wish there was. If anyone's like a psychologist out there, can like explain why I can get in this room and talk to you and say some of the goofy shit that I say that I would never say to anybody, like in real life.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? Why? How is that possible?
Because
I'm
you're not
sorry,
sitting
dude.
in
I'm
front
really
of
tired.
someone. Well,
I
I'll
know,
give you a
but-
quick answer.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm talking to you, and I know this is being recorded.
Yeah, you feel comfortable. You feel safe. That's what I would say.
I read.
You feel safe
I
with
read
me,
something.
and you feel safe with the listeners.
Wow, that's weird because I just read something about like our dog Starlin.
Mm-hmm.
She loves to lay on her back, and it's the funniest thing.
You know what that
And
means,
I looked
right?
it up. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, because I looked it up, and they said that like a dog's belly, like they try to protect that
It's
at all
vulnerability.
costs.
Yeah.
Right, but if your dog lays on its back, it's showing you its belly, so that means it feels 100% safe, like living in our house and living with us.
Yep.
And I just was like, that's the like most heartwarming thing I've ever read, that dog, this animal feels that safe around us.
Yeah. Brad,
So,
I think you just accomplished the coolest tangent you've ever went on. That was great. It's true, man. I think you answered your own question. No
there was
psychologist
no shit.
needed. What'd you
No
say?
shit.
No
No
shit.
jerking off.
Oh, God,
No
Brad.
piss.
You're gonna
no
get
slide
us in
whistle.
trouble. You're gonna get us in trouble one day.
I'm saying the tangent wasn't about any of those
I know.
things.
I'm kidding. I'm just
I'm
saying.
sorry, dude.
God, now we're gonna have
I'm-
our first argument on our.
Yeah, you
after we-
fucking bastard. You don't understand me.
You don't know me. Well, let's leave it. Let's leave it at that. I think have we gushed enough.
I
It's all
want to
true.
thank. Okay, I want to thank. In addition to all the people that email, all the lurkers out there, the people that never email, and they just listen and they don't post on Facebook or Instagram. All they do is download the show and listen.
Mm-hmm.
We know you're out there, and we love you guys just as much, even though we don't know you or ever hear from you. The fact that you're listening to the show is fucking amazing.
Yeah, because I'm
It's
one
amazing.
of those people.
Yeah.
I listen to shit. No. I'm saying I listen to a shit ton of. Oh, I could have said that a better way. No, what I'm
that
saying
was
is
funny.
that I listen to tons of podcasts that are like really important to me, actually, and
Right.
I've
Yeah.
never once written in. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that does not diminish the importance of those podcasts for my week. You know.
Yep.
So. All right.
And one more person on his birthday, Clint Wells,
Yeah, dude.
for basically starting us all off.
Basically.
Getting us together, putting me and you together. I mean, that's...
The nights out on the road where he and I were brainstorming about names and ideas and all this
Right.
kind of stuff. Yeah,
well, that's one thing. You guys are friends, best friends for, BFFs for however long. I literally met him one time in person, and he thought enough of that moment to suggest to you that we should do this together.
Yeah, man.
And the
Look
fact
at
that
us
it's
now.
worked out, yeah. Looks like we made it.
Thanks, Clint Wells. I love you.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, man.
Don't you think? Don't you think it's time? Don't you think you ought to rest?
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Well, I didn't mean to. It was just off the top of my head.
It's just
I'm
Pearl
that
Jam on the
good.
brain.
Yeah, dude. Well, thanks to everybody. And it's time for us to get out of here and for me to try and get this. Oh, we're already late. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We'll-
sorry.
We'll figure it out.
Sorry, Janan.
It'll be yeah. It'll be up ASAP.
Every time we're late like this, that's what I think of. Like Janan right now It's 12:30 in Tennessee, so it's like whatever time it is in Earth time. She's like, "What the fuck, guys? Where is the show?"
Well, here it is. You just listened to it.
Yeah, I hope so.
So here we
I
go.
hope people are still listening.
Until next time, I'm Brad Lyons.
And I'm Brad Blazek saying, darkness comes in waves. Tell me, why invite it to stay?
Tell me, Brad.
That's for you, Brad Lyons.
Next week. Peace.
Yeah, be good.
I died and you walked by and said, no, I'm dead.
Fuck yeah.
Daniel also posted on Facebook, on our Facebook page.
Oh, cool.
And this just made me laugh so hard. Enjoying the B&B experience.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah.
Hell yeah. I like that. The B&B
Yeah,
experience.
so-
We need to do like a sideshow.
Yeah, that should be... Dude, we should do like a side podcast.
You know what
The
it'll be?
B&B experience.
All
Yeah.
it will be it'll be all the stuff that I edit out from
The outtakes
before
of my,
all of our
the
outtakes
ridiculous
from
shit
us
that
talking
I say.
that's on tape. It's just gonna be that.
God. Yeah, that's the real B&B
Oh,
experience.
dude, it's not pretty.
Pissing on floors.
I can't wait to tell you my Brooklyn story. My Blazek hurts. Well,
Yeah, man, get it out.
Holy shit. All right.
What's going on, Pearl Jam nerds?
Okay, here we go. Oh my god. You're a fucking animal.
There, you could use that for your...
Oh, I am. Unbelievable. You're like a child. I just shit my pants. Isn't that funny?
I might... Dude, my stomach is hurting so bad. I'm like halfway...
What kind of bullshit did you eat?
I was ready, and then you took forever, so I left. Hello?
I hear about it.
Oh, shit. I don't hear anything.
You don't hear yourself?
My volume's up.
You hear me?
What, did you left? Maybe you left. See...
I love it, man. It's like you are the most backwards ass person I've ever met in my life, in the sense that, first of all, especially considering you're someone, then you shouldn't. It's not like some common knowledge that everyone knows except for you. Knows nothing about engineering. And if like there's slapback, your reaction is if like this is gonna shut down the show forever. When it's like, oh, which one of these dials got moved since the last session? I just got to find that. That's it. It's like 2 or 3 options, really simple. But you're like, oh my god, oh my god.
Can't you like mark them or something? And then just put them at that setting?
That's what I'm saying, is that you don't know anything about what you're talking about. No, because this is not my room. This is Van's room. And we have like 3 different, we do IPDTL, which obviously we're on. We do Source Connect, and we do ISDN. All 3 completely different things. And so when you move from one to the other, you have to change a couple things. And that's great if you know what it's moving to and from. But when I come in here on the weekend, I don't know what his last session was. I have to go through
But you know what ours is. So just move it back to what it is, what it was last week when we did this.
I'm not even going to respond to that. No, that was just my first point. My second point is I get on every time. You're like, well, I was ready, but you took 5 minutes longer, 10 minutes longer, 15 minutes longer than I thought it was, so I just left. Da-da-da. Okay, cool. You ready to go? No. Let me do 10 to 12 minutes worth of shit on my computer, even though I was just bitching that I was ready to go, and I'm always waiting on Lions.
I thought I was ready. I did everything else except one thing.
Meanwhile, as you should, you're fucking sitting on the couch watching a goddamn Cubs game. I just had a session canceled. I got to get this done and then go to a goddamn rehearsal because I sound like I can sing like a goddamn bird tonight, right? And I feel like shit. I love it. I'm so glad this is recording right now, too.
I wish I did live closer because I would take pictures of the board.
So that's the next thing. Like, why does it even stress you out? It literally, ever since like the second time we moved into Van's room, it takes no more than maybe 20 to 30 seconds to figure out.
Yeah.
And you still act like we've just sat there for 45 minutes wasting time. Ugh. That sounds disgusting.
I knew you'd like that.
Oh, man. I'm going to do that. LaCroix. It tastes like what starvation feels like.
Oh, man. They're so good. Oh, God. Oh, stretch it out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Get that out of there. Get that shit out of there.
Oh, man. All right.
We have a podcast, right? That's what we're doing? Oh, let me
Yes.
grab this Red Bull out of the fridge and let's go. Hold on.
Oh, God.
Oh, please. Dude.
Every time you walk away, I'm just going to do this. Still not back?
Give me that thing. Come on, give it up.
You want to do it?
No, I want to take it.
Why?
Because it sounds like there's a toddler running around. Come on. Come on, give it up.
I need it.
You don't.
It's for the show.
Oh, God. What's happening here?
You going to rename the show?
Yeah. Slide whistle solo.
Yeah.
When you walked away,
is she trying to get it away from you?
Yes.
Oh, please take it from him.
He's saying, "Don't take it."
It
works for the show.
He's lying. He's lying.
Okay.
You're a liar.
Once an hour.
Once an hour?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. He won't listen to it.
I need to do it as much as I want.
Oh, God.
You gotta slide. That's part of it. There you go. See? It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Oh my God. I could hear the joy in her voice.
If you're two.
If you're two.
That's good. I like it.